The global food crisis. Hello, I am Ban Ki-moon, the UN Secretary of Defense. Join me now in this amazing documentary about the global food crisis and how it could be the doomsday for humanity. A silent tsunami is sweeping across the globe, killing millions and starving thousands of others. Witness so many interviews stretching from crazy hippies that are trying to stop the global food crisis to professors that are teaching the young who hope that the new generation will find a way to have a peaceful planet with no starvation and no death. Enjoy this amazing documentary.
Hello, I'm Deborah Cummings, and I'm here in Calgary, and I'm very concerned about the global food crisis because I see how it's impacting my life already.
Has your life standards been lowered?
They haven't been lowered, but I am having to rethink things that I didn't pay any attention to or less attention to before. And one of them is our travel plans for the summer. All of a sudden, 4 plane tickets to Ontario are double what they were last year, which is a huge dent in our family budget. So that's impacting me, and it seems that every time I go to fill up my car, it's a whole lot more money than it was even just a few months ago.
Gas prices have gone up dramatically last year.
I see the price of rice has doubled, and we eat lots of rice in our family. So yes, everywhere around me I'm seeing the impact of the global food crisis and how it ties into oil prices.
How has it affected your meals?
Well, as I was saying, the price of rice certainly has gone up, and I think we're starting to see the price of a whole bunch of food rising, and I think that's only going to continue. And so we follow primarily a vegetarian diet, but I'm very interested in probably what's been called the 100-mile diet. So I'm going to look into that and perhaps just start choosing food that's grown locally, which we try to do, but making a more concerted effort to do more of that in a tighter radius, so we won't have to spend so much money on transportation fees that come with exporting fantastic strawberries from Chile or wherever they might come. So I'm really starting to pay attention to where the food is from and how it gets here, and how that factors into not only the quality of the food but the price.
I'm Chevy the Veggie, and I'm vegetarian. I used to eat fish, but now I don't, because I figured out that people were overfishing them. You should be a vegetarian too.
I know.
I'm Eugene Beaulieu. I'm a professor of economics at the University of Calgary.
Why has the global food crisis happened?
Well, there's a number of reasons. In economics you learn that there's supply, and that's how much food there is, and there's demand, and that's how much food people want. And the demand has grown a lot because countries like China and India have become wealthier, and they've wanted more. Hasn't kept up with the demand. So there's this big price increase. Part of the reason is that farmers haven't been earning enough growing food crops, so the supply has gone down, and then, like I said, there's been a great growth in demand for food.
Can we stop it?
So can we stop it? Well, one thing that will happen is with the food price being very high, more and more farmers will grow food. In the shorter run, it's a challenge for people who don't have enough money to pay for the food, and that's a difficult thing. Now, another part that is contributing to the reduction in supply of food is the use of farmland for making biofuels, and that's fuels for making fuel for cars. So I think that what will happen over time is that will start to change, and people will start growing more food crops, and the price will come down eventually.
If it continues, what will our future be?
Well, I think that right now a lot of people are trying to do something about it. One thing that we know is that the people who are most affected by this are poor people. The way to fix it is to help poor people, to reduce poverty. And as we reduce poverty, we can help the food situation. The United Nations is working very hard on trying to solve the issue right now, where they're trying to get more food to places that need the food.
Do to help?
Well, as I mentioned before, the biggest impact of the food problem is on poor people. So I think one way to focus our efforts right now is to help people get out of poverty, and people who are in poverty to come up with ways of getting food to them. So education programs and food delivery programs, those kinds of things are going to help.
We can save the world, and we can save ourselves from the global food crisis. Become vegetarian.
Stop poverty and end the global food crisis. Act now before it is too late, or our planet will experience a terrible fate. Save Gaia and prove that the global food crisis is not a liar.